Reducing wrinkles and maintaining youthful skin has long been a central focus in the field of cosmetic science. As people age, the natural decline in collagen production leads to visible signs of aging such as wrinkles and sagging skin. Modern research in anti-aging treatments increasingly explores the use of synthetic peptides, which offer innovative and non-invasive alternatives to traditional methods like Botox. So, in today's video, I'm going to be looking at two notable peptides. These peptides are Argireline and Lefasil. Argireline is a synthetic hexapeptide that mimics the effects of protein SNAP25 to reduce facial muscle contractions and thereby minimize wrinkle formation. Leuphasyl, on the other hand, works by relaxing muscle activity through a different pathway, offering a complementary approach to wrinkle reduction. Both are derivatives of IGF-1 and may be classified as IGF-1 peptides, such that they have a pronounced effect on increasing collagen synthesis, which may potentially restore skin. Now, before we do this literature review, I'd love it if you guys were to share this video with a friend, like, comment, and subscribe, and if it helped you out, consider becoming a member of this channel for as little as $2 a month. Links, as always, are in the description below. So I'm done chilling there, let's go on to the next part of this video. So we're going to be looking at the first study by Yan Wang et al. Titled, quote, "The Anti-Wrinkle Efficacy of Argireline, a Synthetic Hexapeptide in Chinese Subjects, a Randomized Placebo-Controlled Study," unquote. The researchers sought to evaluate the anti-wrinkle effectiveness of Argireline in Chinese individuals. Argireline, as I mentioned before, mimics the N-terminal end of the protein SNAP25, which is involved in the release of neurotransmitters. By inhibiting vesicle docking and interfering with the release of catecholamines, Argireline effectively reduces the muscle contractions that can lead to wrinkle formation. This means that when applied to the skin, Argireline can help smooth out facial lines by limiting the movements of facial muscles that cause wrinkles to form over time. Essentially, it provides a non-invasive way to achieve similar effects to Botox, which also targets muscle contractions but through a different mechanism. This makes Argireline a valuable component in anti-aging skincare routines as it helps diminish the appearance of wrinkles by addressing one of their primary causes, repeated muscle movement. And I'm kind of doing that right now as I'm talking. I'm raising my eyebrows and I'm bringing them down, so hopefully I can stop that and I don't get any more wrinkles. This was a somewhat decent study with 60 participants who were randomly assigned to either receive Argireline or a placebo treatment in a ratio of 3:1. Over a period of 4 weeks, participants applied either Argireline cream or placebo cream to their periorbital wrinkles twice daily. The efficacy of the treatment was assessed both subjectively and objectively. The subjects ranged in age from 25 to 60 years old. For subjective evaluations, the researchers used the Daniel's classification and the Siemens standard. Kind of a weird name there, Siemens standard. I hope you guys aren't using that for skincare. But anyway, the Daniel's classification rates the severity of wrinkles on a 4-point scale: none, mild, moderate, and severe. Siemens standard measures overall improvement on a 5-point scale, ranging from 0, no charge, to 4 being complete improvement. These systems helped researchers quantify changes in wrinkle appearance before and after the treatment. Objectively, silicone replicas of the skin at the application areas were made before the treatment and after the treatment. These replicas were analyzed with a wrinkle analysis apparatus to assess the changes in the roughness and wrinkle depth. When looking at the results, they were significant. In the Argireline group, 48.9% of participants showed an improvement in their wrinkles, compared to 0% in the placebo group. That's a pretty big margin. The objective analysis showed a significant decrease in the parameters of skin roughness in the Argireline group. It should be noted that no significant changes were observed in the placebo group, which indicates a clear reduction in the wrinkle depth and volume in those treated with Argireline. It's worth to note that there were no adverse effects reported during the study, suggesting that Argireline is a safe and effective treatment for reducing the severity of periorbital wrinkles. The study concluded that Argireline significantly improves wrinkle appearance in Chinese subjects, and probably everyone else, and supports its use as a non-toxic alternative to Botox when it comes to wrinkle reduction. Likewise, results are mirrored in the article titled, quote, "The Efficacy and Safety of Leuphasyl, a Botox-Like Peptide," unquote, by Drago-Marescu et al. The focus is on the innovative use of peptides here in the cosmetic science, particularly in the context of anti-aging. The primary aim of this study was to evaluate the effectiveness and safety of different concentrations of Leuphasyl, a synthetic peptide, in reducing wrinkles. 3 emulsions with varying concentrations of Leuphasyl, being 0.5%, 1%, and 2%, were formulated. The base composition of these emulsions included several ingredients such as polysorbate 60, cetosterol alcohol, Vaseline, glycerol, dimethylconyl blend 20, liquid paraffin, and distilled water. The concentration of this distilled water was adjusted to account for the amount of active agent that was added, so the amount of Leuphasyl that was added to the overall solution. To ensure the emulsions were suitable for application to the skin, their rheological properties were evaluated using a rheometer. This evaluation helped determine how easily the product could be spread and its adhesion to the skin surface. Measurements were taken at a constant temperature of 25 degrees Celsius using a cone plate measuring device. The emulsions were applied daily by the volunteers to specific facial areas: the frontal region, which would be the interbrow area above the corrugator supercilii muscle, and the periorbital region above the orbicularis oculi muscle. These areas were chosen because wrinkles in these regions are primarily caused by muscle contractions, and the aim was to use Leuphasyl to see if you could actually relax these muscles, thereby reducing wrinkles, and that's the study. Throughout the 2-month period, the effectiveness of the emulsions were monitored using the ProDerm Analyzer, and this device provided a 2-dimensional visualization of the wrinkles, capturing images of a 1 centimeter squared area of the skin and highlighting the wrinkles as blue lines. These lines were then measured in millimeters to quantify the changes in wrinkle size. Weekly evaluations were conducted to track the progress of wrinkle reduction, and the results showed that 2% concentrations of Leuphasyl produced significant anti-wrinkle properties, with a 34.7% decrease in the interbrow region and a 28.4% decrease in the periorbital region. The study also noted that Leufasyl's effectiveness varied between the 2 regions, and this may be due to the anatomical differences in the muscle structure. You see, the frontal region showed better results than the periorbital region, possibly because the former involves fewer and more superficial muscle fibers. Now, there was one part of this paper that caught my attention, discussing Leuphasyl and Argireline in relation to human insulin-like growth factor, or IGF-1. IGF-1 itself, and perhaps its derivative peptides, are capable of stimulating cellular growth and regeneration. This makes them particularly promising candidates for anti-aging treatments aimed at promoting skin rejuvenation and repair. In the context of skin care, IGF-1's ability to promote collagen synthesis is especially noteworthy. Collagen is a fundamental protein in the skin, contributing significantly to its structure, strength, and elasticity. As we age, collagen production naturally declines, leading to the appearance of wrinkles, sagging, and all those other things we know about aging. So if you're able to enhance the synthesis of collagen in those specific tissues, then you can possibly reverse or mitigate aging and get a more restored youthful appearance. A study by Yoshida and colleagues titled, quote, "Insulin-like growth factor 1 increases synthesis of collagen type 1 via induction of the mRNA binding protein LARP6 expression and binding to the 5-stem loop of col1A1 and col1A2 mRNA," unquote. What a weird, strange title to read out loud. Demonstrates how IGF-1 or insulin-like growth factor 1 plays a significant role in boosting the production of collagen type 1. And this type of collagen is crucial for maintaining skin strength and elasticity. IGF-1 achieves this by increasing the levels of the protein that I mentioned before in the title, and this is called LARP6. LARP6, short for L-ribonucleoprotein, domain family member 6, can be thought of as a foreman at a construction site. You see, it binds to a specific part of the collagen mRNA, ensuring that the collagen is produced effectively and correctly, much like that foreman ensures that every part of a building is constructed accurately according to a sort of blueprint or plan. This binding process is essential for forming strong fibrous structure of collagen type 1, which then gives skin its tensile strength and stability. The study found that IGF-1 increases the amount of LARP6 and it leads to more collagen being made and stored in the smooth muscle cells. And the study goes on to mention that the process could work through a few pathways that involve some molecules, and these molecules are Pi3K, AKT, and P70S6K. I'm not going to go into what those molecules' full names are. That would be too arduous for me. I think it's just better to just leave it at that. But essentially the point here is this, right? I certainly think that incorporating Argireline and Lefasil in some sort of skincare routine might help to reduce fine lines and wrinkles. So when it comes to safety, I think these are some pretty substantial studies that point to these peptides as being skin safe. However, to be safe, you might want to do a patch test of some sort, and you might want to check if you have any allergies to any of these peptides, because that could be possible. Ultimately, the best call would be to refer to the opinions of a dermatologist, especially one that specializes in anti-aging, and not some guy like me who has a mic and a YouTube channel. But I love you so much for listening to this video and, subscribing if you haven't already. So that's pretty much it for this video. I've been recording so much this week when it comes to these peptide videos, so I might cut this up in the future. As of recording this right now, it's what is it? What's today's date? Let me check real quick. What's today's date? It is June 20th, 2024. So yeah, you might see this also snipped up and put out later, but thanks for watching this video, guys. Thanks for supporting this channel, and I hope to get this edited and put out sometime this week, and then snipped up and put out in the future, later on in the future, if that makes sense. So I'm rambling at this point. I just want to get this over with. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.